Faye. What's up? Hi guys. Good evening. All right. Yeah. Ah. Hello? Wow. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hi. Hi. Can you guys hear now? Okay, I guess you can. Mrs. Owuje, good evening, ma'am. This is my bigger design. Now it's okay. Okay. I don't know. It happens sometimes. I think whenever I'm charging my phone, somehow it's no, that's that I just unplugged something. I was charging before and now I can't it was, I think somehow the charging was stopping it from, I don't know, for stopping the audio. I don't understand how that happens. But my battery is actually low. It's not a good thing if I can't charge. Let's see if we can finish before the battery will die, Sha. So yes, it's clear now. Awesome. Alright, that's good. So good evening. So I have put today's topic. I said today we're going to talk about low calorie snacks to keep you on track. Now I know that many of us, besides you actually even planning for your regular meals every day, you leave your house, you know, okay, maybe you packed your lunch or you should pack something to work. But then even with all that effort, sometimes you still quote unquote go off the road because before it was time for lunch or after lunch, you got hungry, okay, and you needed to eat something and you just could not wait till the next meal. Whatever you decide to eat at that point is just as important as the main meal. Many times, so when I'm sitting with my clients, I was trying to figure out sometimes why, it seems like the weight is not coming down. And I keep telling them, I'm like, you're doing something. Think about it. There's something that you're doing, So it's like, I'm eating my breakfast. I'm keeping everything on track. And then, they tell me, and then I find out that they were eating plantain chips for snacks. Plantain chips that made not right. So you have to be very, very careful with your snacks. Your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, everything can be on point. And then your downfall can easily be your snacks. And because of that, you end up overshooting on calories. And at the end of the day, the calories you're consuming is not low enough for you to actually lose weight. Or if you're not careful, you might even be adding weight. See, there are some snacks that are even more than calories in your food if you're not careful. Okay, so you need to ensure that it's not just about size. If a particular food item or snack can be very small, right? It can be very small, but have a lot of calories. Okay, so it's about quantity, it's not about size. So let's just go to it. Of course, I'm going to mention the very, very first thing I'm going to mention has to be fruits. But I'm not just going to mention the fruits. I'm going to mention the fruits with calorie count. Now, why fruits are one of your best friends when it comes to snacks is, number one, they're very filling, right? The reason why you were eating the snacks was because maybe you just wanted to eat something, you were peckish, or you just wanted something sweet, fruits also help with that because, well, fruits are sweet, even though it might not be as sweet as your chocolate, but at least it's still sweet. And it's also low calorie. So those are three awesome reasons why fruits are amazing as a snack. Now, when it comes to you, especially if you're the type that moves up and down, I always recommend that you choose fruits that are easy to pack. When I say easy to pack, that means they're not messy. So if the only times when I do things like watermelon and pineapple for snacks is if I'm staying indoors. But if I'm going to be going out, I'll probably do something like bananas or apples or pears, or maybe even seedless grapes, or it doesn't have to be seedless, but grapes that I can easily pack inside a Ziploc bag, or sometimes I might decide to do oranges as well, but something not too messy, something that you can easily quickly throw into your bag and leave, though it's easy to pack. So now I said I was going to do the calorie count. Now, depending on how many, now this varies per person, but usually a good snack, especially if you're actually actively trying to lose weight, should be around 150 calories and not more. You might be able to do up to 200 calories depending if, for people who are very big, you have carrots packed in a Ziploc bag. Okay, awesome. I'm definitely going to get to vegetables, but that's another very, very fantastic example. So, except for people that are very, very big, you usually, if you're very big, you'll be able to have more calories than somebody who's a little smaller than you, who's also trying to lose weight. Don't worry, you've not missed much. All right, so today I'm just going to try and give examples of what a 150 calorie snack might look like. Now, it might be a little bit less or a little bit more, but we're just going to estimate around 150. And now you also remember that you also don't have to eat it at the same time. Okay, like you can decide to do 100 calories now, 50 calories later, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be at once. The goal is that you have a target for that day and you stick to that target by the time that day ends, basically. So let's start with like apples, and I'm just going to try to use the cost of the apples to give an average size. So if you buy the apples that they sell like 50 naira or 60 naira nowadays, it's about 60 calories. So if you're doing about 2 of that would be fantastic. Or if you're doing the much bigger ones, the ones that they sell like 120, if you're doing like the ones that sell 100 naira, you'll be able to do like 2 of that. Actually, if you're targeting 150 calories, yeah, let me use that one. The ones that sell 100 naira, you can do 2 of that to target 150 calories. And I think you agree that can be very, very, very filling. And it's something that is very easy to pack. Apples are like the simplest things, and they don't give you wahala. You can always wash it when you get to work or wherever you're going to. I eat apples when I'm driving because it's just so convenient. I'm eating one hand and driving with the other hand, because it's not messy, it's easy to eat. The only problem is I make sure that I don't wear my lipstick before I eat it, especially if I'm eating it for breakfast. I wear my lipstick where I'm going, because by the time I'm done with the apple, all my lipstick would have gone away. So I keep my lipstick by my side. When I reach where I'm going, I wear the lipstick after eating the apple. Okay, so that's for apples. If you're going to be doing grapes, so if you're going to be doing seedless, Ziploc bags are your friends, by the way. Let me quickly mention that. Ensure you buy, it's not by force, but it really, really helps. So Ziploc bags are those transparent bags that have a zip. They're very popular to help keep your stuff, and you can throw it inside your bag. So if you're going to be doing grapes, you can do about 1 cup. 1 cup is actually about 120 calories. So you can do like about 1 1/4 cup. But if you wanted to count, if they're very tiny, tiny ones, you can do about 50 of them if it's really small. But if they're much larger, you might want to do maybe about 30 pieces, right? Or if you had time at home, you could measure it in a cup. Then you can do 1 1/4 cup. That'll be about 150 calories if you're to do grapes. Apple and pear, that's calorie-wise, they're very similar. So you can just do that comparison as well. If you are a mango person, so I bought these really tiny mangoes. Those really, really small ones, they're like less than 50 naira, the really small ones. So you can do about 3 of them is about 100 calories. So that means you can do almost 5 if it's the small ones. But if you're doing the much bigger ones, Maybe about 3 of those should be fine. Okay. What other common fruits? Somebody mentioned the fruit for me. Now, let me just still mention for watermelon, even though for me it's not usually something that I'll easily pack to work because it's a little messy. But if you're doing watermelon, if you buy that, you know the way they slice it now, 15 naira, you can do up to 3 of that. Imagine eating 3 of that at just 150 calories. There's no way you'll not be full. Like, there's just no way. And watermelon is amazing. If you get to work, maybe you're lucky, you guys have a fridge, you can keep in your fridge. Cold watermelon is heavenly. And I mean it is heavenly. So if you even have time, maybe this might not be at work, but if you have time, you remove it from the back, maybe you dice it, take lime, slice a lime and just squeeze it on top of it. Cold watermelon, and then squeeze some lime juice on it. It is amazing. Okay, so try that if you haven't. But as I said, if you're targeting 150 calories, you can do 3 of the 50 naira size. Or if you're going to actually be measuring it, you'll be doing almost 4 cups. Actually, if you're going to measure it, you'll be doing almost 4. That means if you cut it into like small cubes and use your measuring cups, it'll be about 4 cups if you're targeting about 150 calories. I remember, as I said earlier, you're not, what's the English now? You don't have to eat it all at a time. So I think that's it. Okay, yeah, let me mention orange. Orange is another very quick one, right? For oranges, the small ones that they sell, you can definitely do about 3. Those ones they sell for like 2 for 50 naira. You can definitely do about 3 or even 4 of those. I think that's also a very, very filling one, especially if you eat the insides. Ensure that you eat the insides of your oranges to really, really get the full thing. Because if you just take, well, you used to be getting some fiber, but a lot of the fiber is in the insides, okay? And it also, as you said earlier too, in helping you to stay full, it's also very important. All right, another awesome snack is popcorn. But now, please don't jump and say, oh, do I just eat popcorn? Popcorn is amazing. It's actually low calorie, right? Because that small corn pops and it becomes that big thing. But then the issue with popcorn is, depending on what popcorn that you buy, it's supposed to be low calorie, it's supposed to be healthy, but by the time they pour in a lot of butter and sugar, the calories can climb. Okay, so I'm going to give the very popular example of that, our very popular So Yummy popcorn. A pack of that So Yummy popcorn is 240 calories, okay? So even if you're going to do that one, you can only do maybe about half, which would be about 120 calories. But if you wanted to do the proper thing, there is this brand of popcorn called Skinny Corn. You can try to find them on Instagram. Skinny Corn or something like that. Skinnycorn.ng. Skinny Corn NG. I'm not fully sure, but I'm sure you find them if you try to search on Instagram. So they have this low calorie popcorn. So basically what they've done is they just did not put a lot of sugar. That's it. They have a pack that's about, I think, 110 calories or something, which is amazing if you're someone that really likes popcorn. Let me just say ever. Hi. Network is disturbing. I'm so sorry. So popcorn is another very amazing, easy to eat. And as I said, you can check out Skinny Corn if you're a popcorn lover, or if you actually don't mind making it. You know you can actually make popcorn in your house, right? Like, it's something you can do with your pot in your house if you buy the seeds, the millet or something. Kiss perfect. So popcorn is another thing. So if you're bothered, if you don't want to buy from outside, of course, because it has a lot of sugar, you can make yourself. And if you're making yourself, if you're going to be targeting about 150 calories, you can actually do about 3.5 cups of popcorn. That is, if you don't add sugar, that means you just put a little salt in it, and you can just put just a little amount of sugar, it will still be fine. And you can do about 3 cups of that, and that you'll be good. About 3.5 cups. Okay, so that's it for popcorn. And yeah, so now let's talk about protein. So we talked about fruits, I talked about popcorn. Just say popcorn, even corn. So like your normal roasted corn that you buy, the normal roasted corn is also another very, very good example. So you can buy about a medium size, so maybe like the size that they sell for like 120 or something like that. would also be a very fair. Gary and Ekpa, no, that does not fall under our snacks. No. Gary and Ekpa is not low calorie, big go. You can actually have that as a meal, but as a snack, we're targeting about 150 calories. That's not going to fly. Okay, yes. So I was talking about your normal roasted corn that is still. If you're doing normal roasted corn, you can do one medium size, right? That will also be a fair amount for your snacks if you're somebody who really loves roasted corn. Okay, so that's another example of another low calorie snack. So let's go to protein. Chicken is weird, but chicken is actually a very great snack. But now, of course, I'm definitely not talking about fried chicken. That is like a no. We're not doing fried chicken. So we're talking grilled chicken. It can be boiled chicken, but a piece of chicken can be a very, very good snack. But of course, now depending, so let me just start with something like the drumstick, right? I'm not talking about the entire lapo, the drumstick. If you're doing the drumstick with the drumstick with the skin is about 97 calories, right? So that means if you did one of that, even with the skin. So if you do one drumstick, that means maybe you grilled it in your house or you boiled it in your house and you ate it with like one small apple, that will be giving you about just 160 calories, which is amazing. So one piece of drumstick and one apple. That's another very, very amazing one if you're a chicken person. Okay, if you remove the skin, the calories even come down to 65. That is for the drumstick, right? Of course, you know the skin has fat, so leaving the skin and removing the skin, there's definitely going to be a calorie difference. So if you are even going to remove the skin, that means you could even do 2 drumsticks at 65 calories. Remember, please, you're not frying it. Even if you remove the skin, so long as it is fried, the calories are going to be way higher. So please, I am not talking about fried chicken here. It can be boiled, it can be grilled, but definitely not fried. Okay, if you're going to, you can also do the thigh, but the thigh definitely has more calories than the drumstick. If you're doing the thigh, especially if you are leaving the skin on, you'll be able to do just one piece. One piece to be about, for an average size chicken, it will be about 140 calories. I remember if your target is around 150 calories for a snack, then that's all you get, really. I think that just makes sense. If you are an egg lover, for people who love eggs are actually another, in fact, just 2 eggs. So 1 egg is about 75 calories. So 2 eggs will be 150 calories exactly. So that's simple. If you're somebody who doesn't mind eating boiled eggs, hello Sahada. If you're someone who doesn't mind eating boiled eggs are another great low calorie snack that you can have. So you can just do 2 eggs. And as I said earlier, now I'm mentioning them one by one, but of course you can mix and match. So for example, you can decide to do 1 egg and maybe 1 egg and 1 fruit, right? You know, it doesn't have to be the same thing. You just have your goal of, let's say, as I said earlier, maybe your goal is a 150 calorie snack. How you decide to do that 150 calories depends on you. How you decide to mix it to get your 150 calories. Okay? So I mentioned eggs, and of course I love vegetables. Vegetables are awesome because they have very, very low amounts of calories, right? And that is something you can run to. It's like, okay, even after I've eaten my fruits, or I've eaten the chicken, you know, I've eaten all these examples that I gave, but your mouth is just still everywhere. You want to chew something. If you really badly want to chew something, one thing you can chew is actually chewing gum. Literally, go and buy yourself a sugar-free chewing gum. There's Orbit, Xylitol, Trident. There's so many examples of sugar-free gums. Go and buy chewing gum and keep your mouth busy. Many times you're not hungry, you just want to eat something. Okay, so chewing gum can help if that is your problem. But anyways, if you still feel peckish, you still feel hungry, vegetables are awesome, as I said earlier, because they're very low calorie. So somebody mentioned carrots earlier, that she packs carrots in Ziploc bags. Carrots are also amazing as well because they are not messy. So carrots, garden eggs, cucumbers, whichever one tickles your fancy, whichever one that you prefer. But carrots are usually very amazing because they're actually sweet. I also love garden eggs, but depending on, some people really don't like cucumbers because some people say it's almost tasteless. But as I said, just find something that works for you. But I think those 3 vegetables, carrots, cucumbers, and garden eggs, are the easiest to carry about, so to speak, if we want to be realistic. Cabbage is also, but of course, cabbage you have to shred it, you have to eat it. Cabbage doesn't really work as a snack because it's just because of all the things that you have to go through before you can finally eat it. Unlike something like carrots that you can just wash under a tap and and start eating, or garden eggs, and as well as cucumber. Okay, so yeah, I think this is the most realistic examples for vegetables. And so just find something that you like. I know some always say that you don't like any of them, but please find something. Okay, and of course, our list will not be complete without drinks. Okay, so what low calorie drinks can you do? Now, a lot of people are really scared of 0-calorie drinks. Some people sometimes we feel like it's just a marketing strategy and that it's actually not low calorie or 0-calorie, but they actually are 0-calorie, because basically what they've done is just to remove all the sugar and replace the sugar with a sweetener. That's all. So for example, if you're in your house and you make tea, like I make my green tea and I use a sweetener instead of sugar, that's literally what they've done. And that way my tea has almost 0 calories because I didn't add sugar, because the tea itself almost doesn't have any calories. So the calories, to go, what's up? So most of the calories that would have been in my tea were going to come from the sugar, but since I did not add sugar, I used a 0-calorie sweetener instead. That entire tea simply becomes almost 0 calorie, and that's the exact same thing that has been done to your Zero Cokes and your Pepsi Light and all those drinks. So if you've exhausted these options, now remember these are different options, so it's not like you do 150 calories of fruit and then still eat 150 calories of popcorn, but they said the goal is around 150, and then you can mix and match. Are sweeteners healthy? So far so good. Based on research, they are. I've had to do a lot of sitting down to read a lot of research on sweeteners, because there's a lot of fear in people because they are artificial, and there's just this new ban on artificial things. So once something's artificial, everybody's running away from it, because like, I know it definitely cannot be good because it's not natural and all that. But so first, I believe in the research. If research says, if the scientific studies have been done and they can't find any proof of any issues, then if you're bothered about the safety, then just do stevia. I personally do mostly canderel. It's a combination of two things, but stevia is from a plant, so that might give you some more comfort. But yeah, stevia is in the amounts that you take is about 0 calories. They're not absolutely 0. So usually maybe like 0.1, but it's so small that it's insignificant, and so you can call it 0. So for example, if you check your bottle of Zero Coke, it's actually about 0.3 calories. But I mean 0.3 calories. That's 0. So yeah, it's 0. It's not absolutely 0.00000, but you get what I mean. It's, even if it's 1 calorie, I can still call it 0, because 1 calorie is just absolutely insignificant. Okay, yeah, so for drinks, and of course in Udi Food Thai, so I'm going to Jojo Diamond Accessories, welcome. So I'm going to have to mention juices here. Many of us want to do healthy, and then we want to drink juices because it's healthy, right? But you need to still be careful with the calories. You'll drink 5. So you still need to be careful with the calories in juices. So if you're looking for a healthy snack, I know many of us easily think juices and smoothies, but they are not 0 calorie. Okay, so you still need to be careful with the amount. So for example, now since when I started, I said we're going to target 150 calories of snack. So if you were to do juice, for example, and I'm talking raw juice from the no sugar, no anything, just the pure juice, will be about for 150. A cup is about 120, right? So for 150, that'll be 1 cup, 1.25 cup, right? Yeah. So 150 calories will be 1.25 cup. Now, many juices come in, I think most juices come in 2 sizes. Usually, many of them come in a 250 ml. That's usually their small size. or the bigger one, which is usually 500 ml, which is like kind of like the same size with a bottle, your regular bottle of Coke. Not all these different sizes they have now, but the normal Coke that we've known for a very long time now, 50 cl. So usually most people that sell juice have those two sizes. So now that their smaller size, which is about 250 mils, is about 120 calories. Okay? And then their bigger size, which is usually about 500 mils. Now this is not absolute though. I'm giving a common from the companies that I know. Most of them, their bottles are usually in these sizes that I'm mentioning. They might have bigger or smaller sizes, I don't know, but you will need to read the bottle to see how many mils the bottle actually is. But usually, if it's pure juice, the small one, which is usually 250 ml, will be 120 calories, and then the bigger bottle, if it's 500 mils, will be 240 calories. Okay, so for a snack, the big one, which is 240 calories, might be a lot, depending, especially if you're still going to eat your proper breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you're actively trying to lose weight. Now your calorie count will differ per person, but we cannot start breaking all that down. But this is I'm giving a generalized example. I know most people a 150 calorie snack should be fine, depending. If you're going as low as, for example, if your diet is going to be about 1,200 calories for the whole day, you might be able to do only maximum 100 calorie snack. 150 might be too much, but 150 should be fine for most people. Anyways, let's move on. So yeah, so that's it for the drinks. So be careful with the juices. If you're going to do juice, just do a small size. Then if you're going to add anything to that, but just be careful and just don't think of juice like water. Okay? They're not the same thing. Juice has calories, water doesn't have calories. So you still need to be careful with quantity of juice. So if I've taken one small bottle of juice, which is 120 calories, if I want to add anything to that, I'm going to be careful because, for example, if I'm targeting 150 calories for my snacks, then that means that I have just 30 calories left if I've taken one small bottle of juice. So what can be 30 calories that I can take? Maybe one small agbalumo, okay, or at the Bishi party high. So maybe one small agbalumo or what now? That can be 30 calories. I'll just eat carrots or something. Okay. Now remember, I said the vegetables are very low in calories. Not that they don't have any calories, so they do have calories. It's just that it's minimal. Okay. And yeah, let me mention yogurt. Low-fat yogurts are also amazing, especially when you mix it with fruit. So for example, if you do a low-fat yogurt, if you do 2/3 cup of a low-fat yogurt. Now there are these low-fat yogurts that they sell in very big supermarkets that they're small. They are pre-packed. So there are some that are in very big jars, which you have to measure out of. But if it's not in a big jar, if it's in smaller, there are these pre-packed ones. And common brands that I know, especially in ShopRite, there's this, let me type it. So there's Pascal Light. That's one brand. What am I doing? Okay. There's Pascal Light. There is Nutri Day. There's Nutri Day. There is it's not there all the time, but there's lactel low fat. But I know the ones I most popularly see is usually Pascal Light or lactel low fat. And I like them because, and the Nutri Day, because it's already pre-packed. So it's amazing as a snack. I'm not measuring. I'm just going to take one small cup. And that one small cup is usually about 100 calories. Right? Usually about 100 calories. So I can just decide to add Nutri Day. Okay, Jackie 101, you know Nutri Day. So I can just decide to add a fruit to that. So maybe I can just add maybe one small apple to that. And that'll be my yogurt and my apple. Or I might decide to throw in some grapes, maybe about 10 pieces of seedless grapes. I can decide to add that into my yogurt, and that'll be a very nice, very sweet 150 calorie snack. Okay, but you need to be very, very careful with yogurt. Ensure that what you're buying is actually low fat. If you are buying so for example, there's many yogurts that we know that we just identify as being healthy, So like Habib yogurt or Farm Fresh yogurt and yogurts like that, they are not low fat. Okay, so if you're going to do them, then that means you need to do even a smaller quantity than if you are going to do low fat. If you're going to do low fat, you'll be able to have a little more. So if you're going to do low fat, you can do about 2/3 cup. As I said earlier, 2/3 cup is about 100 calories. If you don't want to measure, you can buy the pre-packed ones. I mentioned some brands, they already come in those measured packs, so you just take one and open it and start taking. It's already measured, so that depends on you. They can be pricey, so be ready for that. If you want to take low-fat yogurt, it's not cheap. In fact, nowadays, before I buy it, I think very, very well. Before I buy, they used to be so much more affordable. So they used to be maybe about $9.50 or $9.80 for a pack of 4. But now the pack of 4 is like, it's a lot over 1,000 now. It's like 1,002 something, so it's a little pricey. So if you can afford it, it's usually very nice, especially when you throw some fruits in it. It can be really, really, really nice. But yeah, the downside is this, which is why your cheapest, I think one of the cheapest cheapest snacks you'll ever do will always be fruits. I mean, imagine you doing about 4 pieces of those really small oranges, that 2 for 50 naira. You spend maximum 100, 120 something, 125 naira, and you have amazing, healthy, low calorie snacks. Okay, but fruits are cheap, and that is why they're amazing. I think fruits are about the cheapest. Okay, yeah, of course, and the vegetables as well, like the garden eggs or carrots and things, those are also cheap. But of course, if we start talking about egg too is cheap, I think 1 egg is 50 naira, so 2 eggs is like 100 naira. The egg too is kind of cheap. Alright, then I mentioned chicken and I mentioned popcorn. For the popcorn, except from Skinny Corn Energy, or you can make it. If you don't know how to make popcorn in your house, seriously, just Google it. It's not hard. The good thing about you making it in your house is the fact that you can control the amount of sugar that goes into it. The issue with buying popcorn from outside is that they poured so much sugar, and so much sugar they poured in has just spoiled everything. You're targeting you want it to be low calorie, and once they pour in that much amount of sugar and the butter and everything, it just spoils the whole show. So yeah, so if you don't mind making it yourself, you can. If you want to buy, let me drop your name again. Funny enough, I've never actually bought, but I definitely plan to buy from them. Skinny, oh god, this is Lord, what is wrong with my hand? Typing rubbish. So try to find them, Skinny Corn NG. So I think they have a particular pack that is low calorie. I think they have like different flavors of popcorn, so you choose, but they have a low calorie particular one that is low calories, that doesn't have a lot of sugar, which would be amazing. So yeah, and I mentioned about the drinks, the low calorie drinks. I said you should be careful about juices, because they also do have calories, so you want to measure quantities that you're taking. 1 small bottle, 250 mils should be fine. And then you can add vegetables to that if you want. So yeah, I think that's it for snacks. Does anybody have any questions? Or do you what's the word now? Or do you have any suggestions? Are there any particular snacks that you like to do? Many snacks that we do that we feel are snacks in Nigeria, they are snacks, but they're very high calorie, and it might be why you're really struggling to lose weight. So something as small as your gala, the very small gala. It's very small. It's really small, but it's 230 calories, even though it's very small. So you need to be careful. Your plantain chips you buy in traffic as well is almost an entire meal when it comes to calories, but it's not a lot. So when you eat it, you don't really feel like you have eaten an entire meal. You feel like you're eating snacks, okay? But you have eaten a whole meal. Your body is not going to say, okay, this food is small, so you don't count it calorie plenty. Oh, you typed a question about Greek yogurt. So sorry, I did not see it. Is it very far away? Please, if it's very far away, Biko, help me type it again. No, I didn't see it though. Interesting. Okay, yes, please be very careful with granules as well. Many of us that like to walk up and down and just, you just pour it in your hand. You're walking up and down your office or your house, and you're chewing granules. About 17 granuts is about 100 calories. So if I was for this 150 calories that I'm targeting now, that means, oh my god, my battery is really low. I'm at 5%. So I'm going to have to wrap this up very soon. So that means if you're doing 150 calories, that means you can have just about 30, no, more like 25 for a whole 150. Now compare you having counting a 25 granite and compare you eating watermelon 50 naira 3. It's the same 150 calories, and when you eat it, your body is not going to say because the granite is small, so you're not going to take, it's not going to add a lot of calories, or it's not going to fatten you. 150 calories is 150 calories, okay? So you choose what that 150 calories is going to mean to you. So you have to really think about it. I used to say calories are like money. You have to spend it wisely. So if you're going to spend your 150 on just granite, you're not going to be very full, because you'll be able to take it's only going to be small. If you take plenty, you're going to take in so many calories, and you just wonder why your weight is not dropping. Trust me, granite is not your friend in quantity. You need to take small, okay? And if hunger is your problem, then don't run to granite, because for you to get full, you need to take a lot, and if you take a lot, you're seriously looking for trouble. Difference between Greek yogurt and regular yogurt. Okay. Is it in the manufacturing process? But let me just speak on it calorie-wise. So if you're going to do, what do you call it now? If you're the regular yogurt, the 2/3 cup I said earlier, if you're doing regular yogurt, so for example, if you buy your regular Habib or your regular Farm Fresh, it's about 160 calories. But then if you do Greek yogurt, that same 2/3 cup is about 120. But then if you do low fat, it's about 100. So Greek yogurt is kind of like in the middle. But that's it. Even Greek yogurt has a, what do you call it now? There is low fat Greek yogurt. It's just that it's not as popular in Nigeria. But there's actually low fat Greek yogurt. But I think the major difference between them is the difference in manufacturing, which I sincerely don't know the full details of when it comes to why they really call it Greek yogurt and where it's from and how it is manufactured. But there is, and besides that, Greek yogurt actually has a lot more protein than your regular, the regular yogurt, which is a good thing. Which is one of the reasons why it became quite popular. So especially for people who are trying to gain muscle, who are trying to build, Greek yogurt is amazing because it packs in a lot of protein. But it does also have a little more fat than the low-fat yogurt, which is why the low-fat yogurt ends up having less calories, because Greek yogurt actually has more fat than the low-fat yogurt, but not as much fat as the regular yogurt. I don't know if I'm making sense. So on the scale of the amount of fat, you have your regular yogurt being the highest, Greek yogurt is in the middle, then lowest is the low-fat yogurt, right? And that's how the calories also come down. So for a 2/3 cup, you have 160 calories for regular, then about 120 for Greek, then about 100 for low fat. Now these numbers are not they're not absolute. It will vary slightly per brand, but these are very, very fair estimates. Most of them are always hanging around that amount of calories. But now that you mentioned it, I'm actually going to go and actually Google. I've actually never really bothered about it. That is the difference in the manufacturing process in between Greek and your normal regular yogurt, and why Greek yogurt ends up having that much protein. Okay, so I think I have to call it. It's like, yep, I am at 4%. My battery is even trying itself. It's still 4%. Okay, so let me see if I can quickly take questions, and then we can call it a night. If you already don't have my book on basically on everything weight loss and eating healthy, I don't know why. It's titled What Should I Be Eating? And literally I just took my time out to explain everything. So from knowing how many calories you need to lose weight, to creating your own meal plan, to there are a lot of food pictures, how to choose, why one particular food is healthier than the other. A lot of things that I think are true that are actually not true. So I did myths and facts. It's just fun. And yes, and he has free meal plans. So he has 2 free meal plans that you can start following once you buy your copy. And it works. I think that's the most amazing part of it. If you buy the book, if you follow the plans, if you follow what I said you should do in the book, you would lose weight. And you would understand when it is to eat healthy, and it will become way, way easier for you because you understand what you're doing, basically. It has worked for many people. I'm sure it worked for you too. So the soft copy is 1,006, and the hard copy is just 2,000. So it's quite affordable. And if you also want to work with me personally, maybe you need somebody to hold you accountable and you're not disciplined enough, then of course you can send me a DM if you want me to be disturbing your head and make sure that you lose the weight. Okay. So I don't think I have any more questions. I think we can call it a night and I can go and charge my phone. Yes, oh my goodness, how can I forget? So my hair is by Flicky Hairs. At Fleeky Hairs, you can check her out. I love this week. So actually it wasn't like this when I bought it. It was a normal bohemian thing, but then I combed it out for the fun of it, and I think I actually like the way it turned out. So yeah, big hair don't care. Alright guys, thank you for joining in. I'll see you guys again same time next week. Bye. And yes, you're welcome. Please, if you're just coming, watch the replay. Bye.